Get in there, you shithouse. That's it. Get in. Good evening, my friends. How are we all doing on this fine Sunday? Everyone going well? Had your roast dinners? I know a lot of people say that roast dinners are boring and repetitive, but it's a sign of Englishness. You have to have a roast dinner on a Sunday. It should be written into fucking law, if you ask me. Roast beef, preferably, but chicken or pork is just as good. Particularly pork, it keeps the muzzies away. Hello Dougie, hello Leroy Footlong. Cracking there, that. I'm going to get that tattooed on my balls. Leroy Footlong. Fantastic name. So, my friends, let's begin. The hangover I had this morning, my fucking God, it was bad. I got to sleep, stupidly. I'm 42 years old, right? Missus, kids, any amount of time I get to myself, I go fucking nuts. I went to bed at about 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. Woke up again about 10 a.m, 3 hours kip. Lost track of time. I thought, right, okay, time to start a new day. And I suddenly realised I've had 3 hours kip. Got myself up, rough as a badger's ass. And I got these in preparation from Amazon. They're called 5 or 5 High, whatever the fuck you call them. Now these are electrolyte sports drink, like tablet things. They're like Steridents that you put false teeth in. These things. You put them in 770 ml of water, and they're supposed to rehydrate you. Fill your body with electrolytes. They're supposed to be for sports people, not pissheads like me. But I'll give it a try. Got myself down here. Absolutely tasteless. Tastes like arse. But I got it drunk. Went back to bed. And I didn't wake up till about 4 in the afternoon. That's really bad, isn't it? My missus would kick the living shit out of me if she knew what I was up to while she was away. But anyway, regardless, when you get to a certain age, hangovers are fucking brutal, my friends. When you're in your early 20s, in your youth, when you first start having a drink, going out with your friends, stuff like that, you're immune to hangovers. You can go out Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, get pissed with your friends, go and pull some birds, that kind of a thing. Go to bed on a Sunday night and get ready, fresh as a daisy, bit of a fuzzy head, bit of a headache maybe, and go and start your working week without any problems whatsoever. But as soon as you hit your mid to late 30s, early 40s, you are bollocksed, my friends. It takes you 2 or 3 days to get over a single hangover. Unless of course you do hair of the dog like I'm doing now, but the inevitable is still going to happen. You have got to have that hangover at some point. It's just a question of when you're going to have that hangover. Because believe you me, when my missus and kids get back tomorrow and I go to bed tomorrow night, I'm going to feel rough as a badger's ass. It's amazing really, isn't it, how immune you are to your hangovers when you're in your youth. It must be your metabolism, your liver functionality, I don't know. But like I say, it's just water off a duck's back. When you get a hangover when you're young, you can just shrug it off and get on with your day, and probably even carry on drinking on the Monday evening as well, and you're still fresh as the days. But as soon as you get to middle age, believe me guys, you are screwed. But anyway, enough of me looking for sympathy for being a fucking absolute dickhead. Living my life since I'm in my early 20s. How have you guys been doing? What have you been doing in your Sunday afternoon? Please give me the ins and outs for the people that are here Have you had any roast dinners? Watched any movies? Spent time with family? All the rest of that nonsense. Yada yada yada. I'd be interested to see how it's been going. William, you've made it, my friend. William, my stoner Welsh. I'm assuming you're Welsh, my friend. Friend who is very active in my community tab. I do appreciate your comments and your love, my friend. How are we doing? Leroy Footlong, I'm still going to get your name tattooed onto my balls because I do appreciate it. What do you think of the Deer Hunter? I'm sorry, I really am sorry I did not get around to watching the Deer Hunter. I did say I was going to do it either yesterday or today. I will do it tonight, and I promise you, I cross my heart, I will watch it tonight. As a matter of fact, no, I won't download it now because it'll interfere with the stream. I'll download it as soon as I'm done chatting shit to you guys. I promise you. The Deer Hunter. As a matter of fact, let me jot it down in case I forget. It better be good, otherwise I will be pissed off at wasting, what is it, almost a 2-hour film. The Deer Hunter. The Deer Hunter in Asterix. There we go, my friend. Jot it down. I will watch it and I will give you the SP in the morning, afternoon, / I promise you. Thank you for the recommendation. Hi from Bristol. Bristol, you poor son of a bitch living in Bristol. That is the most left-wing, parasitic place in the entire UK I could possibly think of outside London. I don't mean to shit on your hometown. I'm pretty sure you are proud of it. My God, Bristolians are insufferable, I'd like to say. I don't mean to offend you. During the BLM riots, Bristol was on top of the BLM riots, burning down police cars, all in the name, of course, of St. George Floyd, who we all must bow down and pray to. Move up north, my friend. That is my advice to you. William, Welsh, where'd you get that from? Your flag, I'm assuming that's some sort of dragon. I thought that was the Welsh dragon on your little, what do you call it? Profile picture, I suppose you'd call it. That's what I thought it was. I do apologise, my friend, if I've got that wrong. I thought you were Welsh. 35, then we got here, drinking, drugging, 15 years, hard. Doctors happy with liver and heart function. We are made better. Well, mine isn't. I'm telling you now, my friend. I've been boozing since I was in my late teens. And minus me cutting down during my last few years, my doctor was not very happy with me at all. I think it contributed to my type 2 diabetes. It contributed to me getting so fat. I've lost a lot of weight in the last few years, and that was all down to booze. He said to me that if I didn't cut it out, within 5 years, I would have cirrhosis of the liver. So I heeded his warning. I did cut down, and yeah, it's a lot better. My blood pressure's back up. My blood sugars are improving, and yeah, it's all round very, very good. So there we go. Oh, guys, I tell you what, I've got to tell you one thing, right? About a year or two ago, what the fuck am I talking about? About 5 years ago now, I lost my nana to mesothelioma, which is a type of lung cancer from asbestos exposure. She used to work in something called the Moore Hospital in Lancaster, which obviously had asbestos roofing, stuff like that, and they had builders in it at the time, and they were doing roofing work and shit like that. And obviously, a couple of years down the line, because it takes a long time for mesothelioma to actually metastasize, she got diagnosed with it. Horrible death. I can't express here how weak and frail she was during the last few years, using the commode, going to the toilet all over herself, just complete opposite of what my nan should be. Anyway, regardless, she passed away I think about 5 or 6 years ago now. And obviously she left a will. And I want to express here, guys, I'm not portraying myself as some kind of money-grabbing, money obsessed fucking asshole here. I'm trying to make this a bit of a Reddit subreddit. You know, like there's a subreddit on Reddit called Am I an Arsehole, where people put questions to Redditors about whether I'm in the wrong. I'm more or less doing this. She left an estate from my nana and granddad's obviously combined wealth to my mother and my mother's sister, which is obviously my auntie. We're talking close to £1 million a year. £1 million windfall from this will alone. Now, in this will, me and my sister were left £1,000 each, right? We're talking close to £1 million here. I truly believe that cannot be right. Me and my sister were so close to my grandparents all the way through their lives. They were like second parents, first parents to me. I worshipped my grandparents. So I think there was some kind of conspiracy going on here. My mother is a narcissist. She's not right in the head, right? I've not spoken to my mother in a long time. We are estranged. I don't have any parents. My dad's estranged from me. Well, my stepdad. I personally think that she got into the ear of my nana to lower what's been going on. For one good reason. When I lived with my mother in her house during my late teens, early 20s time, she used to charge me £450 per month to live in my own home. I had an attic room at the top of the house, obviously, a porky little room. I had my PC in there, me bed in there and stuff like that, and I was allocated one single drawer in the fridge, you know, like one of them drawers where you keep salads in, lettuce, cucumber, onions, tomatoes, that kind of a thing. Allocated one single drawer within the fridge with goods per month. I used to get like 1 or 2 steaks in there, some Italian meats, some dry cured meats, and a couple of other things that I find appetizing. £450. I was a pot wash, a kitchen assistant at this time. I was about 17, 18 years old. Each and every payday, she'd follow me downtown, go to the bank, force me to draw out £450 out of my wage, which was about, at that time, about £600-700. I was left brassic the whole fucking month. I was nothing more than a cash cow to that woman, and I resent it. Even after all these years, almost 30 fucking years, I resent what she fucking put me through. She made me believe that I couldn't move out of my own house and live on my own for anything cheaper that she was originally charging me. So it was like a massive circle. She used to fleece me of 450 quid out of my pot wash wage in my late teens, so I had to borrow more money from her to get me by, to be able to buy clothes, go out and have a good time with my friends, meet girls, you know, the usual thing that teenagers like to do. It was one massive, vicious circle. And once I met my missus, that I'm with now, and I finally moved out, I think she fucking resented the shit out of me for it, because she lost close to £500 per month out of my fucking wages. I used to work every hour God sent. I used to work morning shift on top of an afternoon shift, on top of the evening shift, simply to make the bank balance worthwhile, to pay her her fucking money and live as a teenager with beer and cigarettes, all the fucking vices that teenagers tend to have. And I think once I left that house and she left that fucking money, I think she had an ear. She had her mouth in my nana's ear to change the will. Because believe you me, almost £1 million, almost £1 million, about 800,000 was split between my mum and her sister, and me and my sister got £1,000 each. That cannot be right. And I'm not saying I was pleased about gaining financial stability from my nan and granddad's death. Of course I'm not. I would rather have them in my life right now than any money in the fucking entire world. But that cannot be right. £1,000 out of almost 800,000. Something's not right there, is it? In any case, my initial point, the house was initially sold to a landlord who was going to do it up and rent it out to students. It had about 5 or 6 bedrooms and it was a big fucking house. And now, I told my auntie and I told my mum specifically when my nan passed away, do not fucking sell it to do not sell it to Muslims. Naughty, Daniel. You let that one go. It's now been sold to a Muslim businessman. The house that my nan and granddad shared for 40 or 50 years has gone to a Muslim family. That's what I fucking dreaded the entire time. Because even when my nan and granddad was alive, they used to get Muslim families from the opposing street called Blade Street in Lancaster, absolutely filled to the brim of Muslims. They used to get businessmen coming, knocking at a house, offering money, cash in hand for her house. And that really irritated me. I specifically said, please do not sell the house to Muslims. It's now gone. I've been told by someone who still lives in Lancaster now, there's about 10 Muslims living in that fucking house, and that breaks my fucking heart, guys. It really does. Honestly, brings me almost to tears. Not to mention the whole will thing. Am I an asshole for even thinking that? £1,000 is a lot of money, yes, granted. It was nice to get something out of there. But out of nearly 800,000, that cannot be right. If I had that amount of money and I had my own house paid for, all paid for, mortgage done, and I had grandchildren, I tell you what, them grandchildren would get at least 25% of my estate. Because I'm a grandparent, that's what I'm supposed to do. You pass on your wealth, your knowledge to your grandchildren. You don't just fuck them off and pretend that they don't exist. I don't know, my friends, I really don't know. It really wound me up. I'm still resentful to this very fucking day. KB, my man was the exact same. What? A fucking narcissist who was thinking of a self. Absolutely psychotic. KB, I don't know if you're male or female, I'll call you Flower next. I'm assuming you're a female. It fills you with resentment. It really does. All these years. Sonia Swan, I can relate, my friend. Yeah, I'm amazed a lot of people can. I thought I was in the minority of having some fucking psychotic mother. My kids, right? She's seen my firstborn son once in nearly 15 years. She can get off her ass and actually drive to where I am. Once. And what she give me? Some bullshit excuse. Oh, I've got asthma. Oh, I've got bad knees. Oh, piss off. These are your grandkids. Not even seen my other children, ever seen my other children. She expects me and my missus to travel up there and see her. Bollocks. I've said to my missus, we're thinking about pumping out another kid in the next year or so. I've said, don't tell my mum when you're pregnant, and don't tell my mum when you finally give birth to our next child. I don't want any of these people to fucking know. I want people in my kids' lives that actually mean something to me and my kids and my missus. I don't want people in our lives that are toxic and full of fucking hatred. No, I'm not doing that. There's not enough time in the world to be dealing with other people's bullshit, jealousy and narcissism. You can get fucked as far as I'm concerned, my friends. Mickey, was you close to them? What, my grandparents or my parents? If you're talking about my grandparents, I was extremely close to my grandparents. I treated them as my actual parents. I worshipped my granddad. When he was suffering with early stage Alzheimer's, I used to take him out to go and play snooker, buy him a couple of pints, take him out for pub lunches on a weekly fucking basis, because that was my duty. I was his grandson. I was supposed to be there to help him as much as I can. So with my nan, when my granddad passed away, I used to take her out for pub lunches, sandwiches, up at Shrimp Inn and stuff like that. I used to spend so much time and so much money on my grandparents. I worship them. My parents, on the other hand, I did have a good situation with my dad for quite a while. He used to come up here and see me and my kids on a monthly basis. He was a good lad until he got with his then missus. Now she was poisonous. She's a socialist. She's a Jeremy Corbyn voter, so you can imagine what type of person this is. And she just poisoned him. We don't speak to each other anymore over the last couple of years, which is of course heartbreaking, but that's the way the cookie crumbles, my friends. I think our parents are duty bound to pass on stuff to their grandchildren. Knowledge and love is enough. Yeah, I do agree. That's what I was trying to stipulate to you. I would much rather have my grandparents still here than have the financial gain that I would have got from a will. That's not the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is that out of almost £1 million, me and my sister got 1,000. That just does not seem right to me. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am actually the arsehole. I'm not too sure. But it doesn't add up to me, mate. It really doesn't. I'm sorry if I come across that way, that I'm some sort of money-grabbing fucking arsehole, but I am not. It just seems, like I say, wrong. This little weird man, 2-person online. Well, I don't give a shit. You guys are my friends. I run this YouTube channel as kind of like an online pub table where we all sit around and have a chat together. That's what this is. I don't give a shit about subscriber counts or super chats or making money and all this fucking nonsense that some YouTubers seem to put on such a high pedestal. I am here to talk to you guys about things. I am here to listen to what you guys have to say about things. I don't care what it is. If it's political, personal, to do with families, I am here to listen and to talk to you guys. It doesn't bother me. I don't care about any of this shit. I really don't. Mickey, was there a will? Yes, there was a will. I didn't get to see it, but I did speak to the barrister, solicitor that was going through it. Again, I didn't kick up much of a fuss because at the end of the day, my nana had just died and it wasn't the top of my agenda. But as the years have progressed and I've thought about it, that's where I'm not going to say resentment, it's where I feel like I've been hard done by somewhere. There's been something in place there that makes me and my sister less beneficiaries than I do believe my nan and granddad placed us as. They worship the pair of us, they worship my kids, they worship my sister's kids, yet none of our kids got anything in the will. Nothing. I gave my entire 1,000 to my kids and my sister did the same. It just doesn't sit right with me, guys. It really doesn't. I'm sorry to go on. Let's change the subject anyway. So, I want to talk about that Telegraph article that I posted in my community tab a few hours ago. £1 billion we're talking about here, guys. £1 billion per month on foreign invaders getting benefits. How is this even remotely possible? Can you think, maybe outside of America, I'm not quite sure what American policies is on welfare over there. Can you imagine any other country in the entire world that pays people to be here, to sit on their ass, be economically dormant, and earn up to like £1,000 a month? Now, to some people, that is an actual wage. That is a working wage to some people. £1,000 a month. Maybe not many. Maybe menial labour, pot washing, maybe something like that. But that is an actual working wage. And some people are getting that for gratis, for sitting on their ass and doing absolutely nothing. How do we allow this to happen? And we get politicians in Westminster looking at the economy of the fucking country in so much debt, GDP deficit, which they think migration is a magical be-all and end-all to fucking fix the GDP deficit. We're paying people £1 billion of fucking money a week to be here, to sit on their ass, and all of a sudden, oh, we're in so much debt, oh, we're in economical crisis. Let's raise the taxes so we can get more people in to pay to sit on their curry-stained fucking asses. It's horseshit, my friends. Absolute horseshit. I have no idea why people like me and you go out on a daily fucking basis, work our fucking fingers to the fucking bone to pay our mortgages, our utility bills, to keep our children fed and clothed, keep the house nice and warm, keep food on the table, only for it to go to fucking Mukhtar and Mohammed, who sit there and do fuck all. Macron is absolutely right. The incentives for coming here are so transparent. Even he can see it. Fucking Macron, who likes to shag fucking corpses. Even he can see that we are shooting ourselves in the fucking bollocks. What are we doing? And you seriously think Nigel Farage and Richard Tice are going to fix this? I don't know. I'm sceptical. I really am, my friends. I am highly sceptical that anybody can fix this, short of Rupert Law and Ben Habib. They're based the same things that me and you say to each other on a daily basis. Nigel Farage is too milk toast. I'm sorry, guys. I know a lot of you are reform voters and you are more than fucking... You can do what you want. It's your political vote. You do what you want. But they are not the answer. They are not the answer. It will not fix what we have. It will not fix the problems we are currently facing. Do you realise how much of an undertaking it actually is to deport thousands upon thousands of people all in one massive swoop? You'd have to go through courts. You'd have to fucking repel a shit ton of legislations that have been brought on by years upon years of incompetent governments. It is almost, an impossibility, my friends. Nigel Farage is a huge task at hand. What is the end game here concerning migrants? The end game is, for me anyway, personally, is to get rid of every single foreigner who is here, who has committed a crime. Doesn't matter how small, it could have been done for pickpocketing. Doesn't matter. If you've been arrested and charged for a crime, out. Rapists, out. Paedophiles, out. Economically dormant migrants, foreigners who are here sitting on universal credit and PIP payments, out. That is my end game. I can't expect a racially pure nation, which is what I want. I am an ethno-nationalist. I do believe that the United Kingdom should be white majority, 99.9%. I put a post in my community tab yesterday about 99.9% back in 1951. That's how it should be. I expect Ethiopia, Africa, the Middle East to be 99.9% brown, 99.9% black. That's how it's supposed to be. We shouldn't have free movement of nomads, rapists, murderers, paedophiles going here, there and fucking everywhere, and people embracing them with fucking open arms. It's dangerous. It cripples economies, it cripples countries, and it cripples fucking social cohesion. People do not want it. It's as simple as that. No matter how the government think, oh, it's good for GDP, or it's good for the economy. No, it's not. It's a net negative on everyone's fucking lives. Be it economical, fucking social, everything. It's just bad across the board. I never used to be like this. I've told you guys numerous times. When I was in my early 20s, I was actually quite liberal. I liked the idea of having different cultures and different foods available to me. But over the last 10, 15, 20 years, I have been slowly radicalised by what I have seen happening, not just in this country, but across the West. Look at Paris, for example. A beautiful fucking city that it used to be 20 years ago is now a fucking cesspit full of crime, murder, rape, and child. Yeah, you know where I'm going with that. I don't want it. Nobody else fucking wants it. But they're too scared to say anything. Oh, I might be called a racist. So fucking what? Who gives a shit? I get called a racist on an almost daily fucking basis. I feed off it, my friends. I get energy from some left-wing fucking loser behind his fucking keyboard calling me a fucking racist because I want to see the preservation of women and children in my own fucking country. Have I? Call me a racist, call me a transphobe, call me a fucking Islamophobe. I simply don't care. What I do care about is people like you guys, is people like your children, and people like your fucking wives and your nieces and your cousins. That's what I care about. Not some leftist fucking stinky-assed hairy twat calling me a Nazi. Don't care. Simple as that. Gonna get these rancid cigarettes out of the fucking way. 14 quid. I've got to get them out of the way at some point. But yeah, that's what they should do, guys. With regards to benefits, when people come here, well, they will continue to come here. There's no way any government, any fucking political leader will stop immigration completely, cut it completely in half. It won't be done. It'll never be done. We're living in a fucking dreamland if you think any sort of leader will stop immigration completely. I'd love to see it, but it won't work. 10 years. People say 10 years minimum you should be here to be able to claim PIP, universal credit, that kind of a thing. No, 15, 20 years. Oh, that's a bit harsh, or it's a bit long. No, it's not, no. It will wheedle out the wheat from the chaff. The people who want to come here and actually make a contribution to the fucking society, make a contribution to scientifical upgrades like cancer research and shit like that, yes, have that. Get yourself in here, work hard, get yourself in the laboratory and actually do right by the British people. If you want to come and sit here and do fuck all and make curries and fucking pump out children like you're a pissing pair of rabbits, no, you are out. You are not welcome, you will never be welcome, and you will be forcibly ejected if need be. I don't give a fuck. Send in the brown shirts. I don't care. You're fucking out. End of story. That's the way you cut the fucking benefits bill, and that's the way we have a fucking decent economy in this house. Instead of pumping out millions upon millions of fucking pounds to people who should not be here. I would rather see the benefit system go to lazy bastards, lazy white British bastards, than people who break into this country and think they are owed a living. They are fucking not. They are outsiders and they should not be here. They're not welcome by anybody. There's some fucking leftists out there. Oh, we have a duty. We colonised these places during the fucking British Empire. Bollocks! What we did during the British Empire, we brought in clean healthcare systems, we brought in Christianity, we brought in a fucking education system, we brought in more good than bad than all the places that we colonised, and these blue-haired leftist fucking wankers think we are some sort of genocidal maniacs who wanted to take over the world and do horrendous things. That wasn't the fucking case. I'm proud of the British Empire. I am proud that we overtake the proportion of the world that we fucking did because we brought in humanity. We stopped people with bones through their fucking noses, eating with their fucking hands. We brought civility into uncivilized, fucking backwards civilizations. It was a power of good. End of story. Leftist fucking assholes. Sorry to get angry, guys, I really am, but I'm fucking sick of it, I really am. Is it any wonder? I've been so radicalised over the last 15 years of what's been happening to our fucking beautiful country. Our once proud and beautiful country. The Americans look at us with such... They love the UK, they love the English, they love what we became. Even American independence, where they fucking kicked our asses out of there, which is fair enough. I don't really care about that. But the Americans and the Australians and the New Zealanders look at us with such high hopes. And now we are a joke to these people. They're looking at us and thinking, what the fucking hell has happened to you guys? You were once the most powerful nation in the entire fucking world. A tiny little island like that. And we colonised, what, about 40% of the fucking world? It's something to be proud of, my friends. And all these up-to-date teachers in schools. God, this tastes like fucking ass. Tastes like fucking shit. All these teachers in modern day schools are filling the youngsters' heads with how evil and genocidal we are. Bollocks. How about Rupert and Lee Anderson? They're capable of fixing the governments, aren't they? Rupert, yes, I do agree with you, cool cat. Lee Anderson compromised. Initially, when he first joined Reform, yeah, he was a great character. Now, he just bums Nigel Farage, basically. And yeah, he's lost my respect. Rupert Law, yeah, always on the side of Rupert Law. He says base things. He says what the rest of us are actually saying. And the leftists fucking hate it. They would rather kill Rupert Law than hear what he has to say. And that goes to show just how much of an influence he is and why Nigel Farage wanted him out of Reform UK. Nigel Farage is very narcissistical. He wants to be the centre of attention. He wants Reform UK to be Farage UK. And Rupert Law and Ben Habib saw this and they spoke up against him. Out. There's many other fucking people, Kilroy Silk and a few others, when he's during his UKIP days, have said, very narcissistic, it's the Nigel show or no show. I don't think anyone's going to be proud of it because it happened many, many years ago with no relation to today's Brits. No, I think that's wrong. King Clark, whatever your name is. I'm sorry, my eyes are shut to shit. If you are taught proper history in schools, you will come to realise that the British Empire did a world of good for the entirety of the world. All the places they colonised were better places. Even Indians, modern day Indians that are living in India, say that they miss the British Raj. They miss the British being in charge of India. It had a functioning railway system. It had fantastic education systems, healthcare, everything that we brought to modern day India is still being implemented there. Even the railway systems are still being used to this day in India that were put there by the British Empire. It is not some kind of Nazi regime that the fucking left wing try and instigate into young, impressionable minds. Rewriting history, as they say, like Sadiq Khan is trying to do in London. Changing street names, tearing down statues because people find it fucking offensive. Like I said to you in my last video, you don't go somewhere, find offence and expect everybody else to suffer because you find something offensive. That is bang out of order, it's bullshit and it should never fucking happen, guys. Steady Eddie, we are not voting our way out of this. Unfortunately, my friend, I do agree with you. I don't think we can vote our way out of this. We need some kind of, it's a cliche here, some kind of revolution. We need pockets of resistance to come together, all together. No more of these break-off parties like Advance UK and Restore Britain. We all need to come together as one massive fucking whole and dismantle everything that has been implemented by the Blair years, by Tory years for the last 14 years. It all needs to be torn down and we need to become the England that we were pre-1997. And I don't think any political leader that has any chance of winning the next local election, general election, excuse me, has any hope in hell. Like I say, if Nigel Farage wins, he will win in 2029. I guarantee you he will win. There's going to be a lot of reform voters out there that are going to be disappointed with what Nigel Farage is actually going to implement. Not a lot's going to change. Legal migration may change. You might sign the Navy out into the Channel. Fantastic. But legal migration, almost 1 million people per year. That's where the real problem lies. They are changing the very face of our fucking streets. Halal butchers, mosques, all this fucking foreign shit that shouldn't belong on our streets is there, all through legal migration. People break into these separate little conclaves and bring the third world they are supposedly fleeing from. They bring it fucking with them. I can't understand that. It just does not compute in my fucking head. If you are fleeing something, you should embrace the thing that the person that are willing to bring you in should be. Personal British values. Don't bring in Sharia law. Don't bring in child mutilation of fucking little girls. Don't bring in paedophile rape gangs that are fucking rife in Afghanistan. Have you heard about the amount of Afghanistani boys who get sexually abused by their ex-servicemen who served in Afghanistan during that time? Said it's rife. Afghanistani boys consistently get sexually abused. And they're fucking bringing it with them. Even though they're fucking fleeing first persecution. You want to fucking implement it here is more like Sharia law, Sharia courts. Why, in the name of all that's fuckery, are those things on British soil? Voting is an illusion of choice for the plebs. It certainly seems that way, my friend. Never used to be that way. Back, probably just after the Second World War, pre-Windrush generation, democracy actually meant something in this country. Now, it equates to how many boxes a certain political party can tick. Look at the new fucking Hezbollah party that Jeremy Corbyn and that Zara Raisin, whatever the fuck you call her, have started. It's all to do with Palestine. Foreign fucking policies that mean nothing to the white working class British person. It's not going to fix the economy. It's going to fix some fucking issue over in butt-fuck nowhere 2,000 miles away. What good is that to the people like us? No fucking good. And people still fall for it. Oh, I love Jeremy Corbyn. Anyone but Tories. Anyone but Tommy Robinson. Anyone but the right wing. Get the fuck out of my face before I drown you in the fucking Channel. Simple as that. You get on my tits. You annoy me. I can't be doing with you. Patriot Times agree reform are not a long-term solution. No, they're not. They are a short-term solution, but they are not the solution. They're not going to fix the ever-growing problems that we currently face. It's just not going to happen. UKIP, Nick Tencorny. That's what you need here. Hardline remigration policies. Anyone that shouldn't be here, anyone that commits a crime here, is out within 24 hours. That'd be fantastic to see. Do you know what, guys? I hate leaving the house. I explained this to you yesterday. I will go down to Dover myself and I will wave them fucking ships off with absolute glee inside, pumping through my fucking veins. Middle fingers will be up. Bye-bye. Don't come back. You're not wanted. You're not needed. End of fucking story. And incentivise births. White English births. Incentivise young couples to have children. That has been hammered out of all the fucking youth of this generation. Oh, you can't have kids, it's bad for the environment. Oh, you can't have kids, going to be too many whites. It's racist. We need to have an influx of children where the man goes off to work, doesn't matter how many fucking hours he works, goes off to work and provides for his family, provides for his wife who's going to stay at home and keep a nice home. If that's what she wants to do, if she wants to be a stay-at-home wife, the male should be there to facilitate that. Look after the children, keep a nice home, cook the meals, that kind of thing. Some women actually do want to do that. They are old school women instead of these up-to-date fucking feminists who believe, oh, I should be an independent woman, I should go out and do this and don't do that, don't have children, yada yada yada, because it's going to be a detriment to my fucking career. That is where we have gone wrong on so many fucking levels. Women should be embracing the fact that they are there to have children. Embrace the fact that they are going to be fucking mothers. It's a really rewarding time for most women on this entire fucking planet. Going backwards and backwards all the time. We take one step forward and we take fucking 5 steps back. It's infuriating, my friends. Anyone but the Tories got us here, I think. Yes, cool cat, I do think that does hold, yeah. It's the same with Scousers, right? Liverpool as a city, I'm a Liverpool fan. I love Scousers, I love the city, that kind of thing. Always up for a laugh, salt of the earth people. But it's always the same. Ever since they had that fucking hoo-ha with Maggie Thatcher in Hillsborough, which was, at the time, fucking repugnant. You can't keep clinging on to that and keep voting Labour just because you don't want to vote Tories, because your granddad voted Labour, because your fucking nana voted Labour. You've got to look at the bigger picture and what is right for the fucking city that you're living in. Bristol, all these fucking left-wing strongholds. You've got to look at what, not just what's best for your city and what's best for your family political views. You have to see the bigger picture, and that's where we're going wrong. There is so many people, especially up in Scotland with the SNP. I understand that Scotland, like it's national behaviour. It's proud to be Scottish. Some people don't like to be part of the United Kingdom. I can quite understand that. I'm the same. I used to be a unionist. I used to believe that Wales, Northern Ireland, Scotland, England were better together. But are we really? I mean, are we really making the most of what we can become as separate countries when we've got this, oh, we must be together, we must be diverse and all this shit? Is it really the way forward? I don't know. I would be happy if Scotland broke away from us. I really would. Let them go out on their own and make their own money. If they want to fucking choose to rejoin the European Union, which will never happen because there's no financial benefit to the European Union to having Scotland in the European Union, then have at it. It's the Scottish people's fucking choice. Rangers fans, Unionists, Celtic fans, Scottishists. Scottishists? Is that even a thing? I have no idea. Talking bollocks. I was born in Wolverhampton, 1966. Those that fought for my home country must be turning in their graves. Yes, completely agree, Spanner. The amount of young people that lost their lives during the Omaha Beach landings. Thousands upon thousands of young men, young kids we're talking about here. To keep the United Kingdom and the rest of the Western world free speech powerhouses. And look at it now. Online safety bill. Do you know what? Right, here, check this out. I saw this from Zia Yusuf on Instagram. Xbox is now going to require age verification for chat features within the system. Oh, utterly fucking ridiculous. I understand that kids shouldn't be able to have free roam against potential predators on online platforms. I do agree with that. But fucking hell, I've been a member, as paying subscriber to Xbox Live for nearly 20 years now. It stands to reason. I could have been 15 when I first started. That would have put me, what, 35 now? Use your fucking inside algorithms or whatever to sort it out. Online safety bill is nothing more than totalitarianism. They must be spinning in their grave, as you say. Paint it black. Mate, I'm not saying all Scousers are the same. I do agree that there are some right-wing Scousers, but you just have to look at the terraces at Anfield on a weekly basis, and you can see Jeremy Corbyn banners being paraded, Palestine flags in the COP. That's what I'm talking about here. I'm not tarnishing everybody with the same brush. I like Scousers. I've got a lot of time. They're friendly, fucking funny bunch. But a lot of them, you've got to admit, are socialists simply because of what happened with Hillsborough and Maggie Thatcher, the cover-up. everything that happens during that time, the closing of the steel mines and the dock workers and everything else, I can understand, but it's been, what, 30, 40 years now. You've got to look at the bigger picture. What immigrants do you think are the toughest? I think you are most wary about, for me, all the strike fear into the English. It's got to be the Middle East. It has to be the Muslims. They are the ones that strike the most fear into my bones. When I'm seeing constant mosques popping up in major cities, the emergence of Sharia law courts, and they multiply exponentially. They are like rabbits in heat, Muslims. They have 7 to 10 children per family, whereas we have, like, what is it, national statistic is about 1.3 or something. We are being outbred, out-religionized, all from Islam and the Muslims. They are the people that worry me the most. They really are. Although, historically, the Muslims have never really got a foothold in any situation that they've got war-wise. Saladin and all the Crusades, they've been pushed back, they've been wiped out from Crusades and Christianity. They never really had a foothold, so that does fill me with some kind of relief, I suppose. But when in the current climate with modern day leaders who are so adamant that we should embrace Islam, I don't know, it worries me. We've got schools taking children to mosques as opposed to going to see churches, and talking about Christianity. We're talking about Islam and how good and progressive it is. It fucking isn't. I'm telling you now. It is one of the most conservative religions in the entire fucking world, and yet the leftists embrace it. How does that work? Islam is extremely conservative. Just read up about it. Multiple wives and multiple kids. Can't compete with that. Exactly. Cool cat. We cannot compete with that. Most English families, as I say, have about 1 to 2 kids, purely from financial constraints, which would be lifted if we got rid of those said people. It's quite ironic, really, isn't it? It shouldn't cost you the fucking earth to have more than 3 kids, if you ask me. Back in the 40s and 50s, English families were huge. Some women had 7, 8, 9 kids. And the man still went out, worked out in pit or did some other fucking work that was dangerous or detriment to his health, but he brought home the fucking bacon. And that bacon was put on the fucking the table for his wife and for his children. That's how it still should be. Again, if women want to work, they can work. But I'm old school. My missus doesn't work. I'm the maid provider. And it fills me with joy that I am able to provide for my children and my missus. Keep a house over their head where she doesn't have to lift a fucking finger. All she has to do is cook meals and keep the house clean. And she's content. She's happy about that. And like I say, there are many women out there who feel much the same, but they can't do it through financial constraints. So the Roman Empire fell, they fell into liberal marshmallows. Yep, some people do say that. WD-40. Sorry for spamming, but yeah, watch Europe, the last battle. It's about 10 hours long, but worth it. 10 hours long, fucking hell. I'll be in an alcoholic coma in 10 hours, my friend, I'm sorry. Oh, another quick change of subject, guys. I'm going to call it in a minute because it's knocking 10 o'clock, and yeah, pretty sure you guys need to get to work and get to bed and what have you. I had a message from Mrs. this morning. She's broken her engagement ring that I gave her. You know the little clasp things that keep the stone in the ring? One of them has gone for a burton while she's away with kids, and I said to her, don't worry about it, I'll get you one when you get back. I can't have my missus knocking around the place without the engagement ring that I gave her 15 years ago. I'm not saying It was a terrible way. How I proposed to her was fucking absolutely ridiculous. I wanted something unique initially, proposing on Valentine's Day, hiding the wedding ring in some beef Wellington or something in some restaurant. I wanted something different initially. Doing it on top of Ben Nevis or something like that, hiking and rock climbing. Yeah, that would never happen. But something along them lines. I ended up doing 2 a.m. pissed up on one knee in the fucking bedroom upstairs. I'm amazed she actually said yes. But regardless, I give her the ring. It was about over 15 years ago now. So more expense, but it's worthwhile expense. You can't have a lifelong partner where your missus doesn't have a ring. It just doesn't sit right with me. But at the time, when I first met her, knew she was the girl for me, so yeah, it's well worth the expense. Bit of a pointless fucking thing to go on about. Anyway, guys, I'm going to knock it on the head here because I'm getting tired. I need to go and refresh myself up, ready for tomorrow and back to work. Thank you so much for joining me, my friends. I really do appreciate you being here. Your questions, your comments, they are all, very much appreciated by me. And I shall see you in a bit. Enjoy your rest of the week. So it's Monday tomorrow. It's a bit shitty, but we all have to go through it, don't we? Earn your keep, earn your pay, have children, get married, have a lifelong relationship with a woman who you completely trust, completely love, head over heels, who you are happy to spread your seed with. Don't just settle for any old fucking shite. Work at it. Keep at marriages and relationships. That is the fucking key to repairing what's happened to our country. Families, love, children, togetherness, the nuclear family. It has to be preserved. Anyway, guys, much love. Have a good night. Have a good sleep. And I'll see you in a bit. Cheers.